Hello, 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 and welcome to Skinterviews. I'm one of your two hosts. My name is George Scandalis, and this guy is...
Nathan Strong.
Oh, Nathan Strong. What's going on, Nathan? How are you today?
I'm good, man. Like, the kids are about to go back to school. Life is good, you know?
There are so many parents right now debating what to do with their kids. Should they send them? Should they not send them? How long will they go for? Are we going to get a second wave? So much is going on.
You know what? I don't think there's a wrong or right answer. I think families just need to do what's right for them. And we just need to be safe about doing it, in my opinion.
There you go. You guys heard it here from the family man himself, Mr. Strong. I want to remind our viewers that Skinterviews with an S, is proudly sponsored by Fullscript. Fullscript is the ultimate platform for those who want to do wellness the right way, the personal way. It has the industry's most comprehensive catalog of 300 plus professional quality products, making safe supplements more accessible and affordable, and making personalized treatment plans possible from the doctor to the patient. No more walking down your local drug mart and trying to pick out, should I take this? Should I not take this? What's the right dose? What's not? Let the doctors decide and prescribe for you what is right for you specifically. I love that. And I love Fullscript. We have one user comment this week only.
Sorry?
We only have one user comment this week.
Is that right? We're not that popular this week, but hey, I tell you what, after this guest, I think we're going to be very popular.
We're going to knock it out of the park after this guest. Let me tell you. So one comment is, George, what is going on with your hair? Well, I'm not going to say what your name is, you little smarty pants, you smart ass, because you're related to me, but I'm trying to grow out my hair, so you're going to have to deal with the different looks week to week on Skinterviews. So you thought I probably wouldn't read it, but I did because I want to embarrass you. But I'm not going to say your name. I'm just going to call you after the show's over and kick your butt on the phone. Anyhow, good. I got that off my chest.
That's great. So let's get into the guest, George.
Already?
I want to
wait to see her. You can't wait to see her.
This guest is
She's a wow.
She is a wow.
She's like a 12 out of 10.
I would go higher than that.
Well, give me a number here. Give me a number. Before I go into the whole spiel about her. What are we saying? Out of 10? Like 300, 400?
She's getting up there. Very high.
Priceless. Yeah. She is shown to be and has been featured on the Emmy Award-winning daytime show, The Doctors, Extra, Entertainment Tonight, KTLA, Elle, Glamour, Prevention, Shape, Self, InStyle, Health, Yahoo, HuffPost, MSN, Bustle, Birdie, Pop Sugar. I could go on and on and on because she's affectionately known as Dr. Beauty. This is very true. And she's a board-certified dermatologist, celebrity beauty expert, founder of Bella Skin Institute, located in California. She specializes in cosmetic dermatology, anti-aging, and beauty enhancements, utilizing state-of-the-art skin rejuvenation procedures, laser surgery, and injectables. She has been called the Steve Jobs of dermatologists, and that makes, Steve Jobs, that ups his game, okay? For her innovation, her desire to deliver more led to the development of the Guanche lift, that's a hint of who her name is, or Guanche, I should say, Bella FX, and her own unique concoction with Bella Microgold to give patients a real-life airbrush look. Sign me up, sister. Without further ado, welcome to Skinterviews, Dr. Anna Guanche. Wow.
Yeah.
The best intro I've ever received from anyone ever.
Well, you need to fire everyone else then, because that was...
I'm gonna put myself now.
Wow, you are...
Best one ever.
It's not good enough that you've got all the certification, all this medical knowledge, all this expertise, but it comes in that package, and I'm allowed to say that. I'm as gay as it gets, so wow.
Thank you. And Nathan's like...
Nathan's married with kids. He's not allowed. He's not allowed. He's going to get in trouble about
My wife might stop me from doing these interviews after the show.
Nathan, I think you're blushing. Are you blushing, Nathan?
Well, it's very hard not to blush, George.
Nathan, we're with the dermatologist. Go with rosacea. Say it's rosacea.
No, I think your rosacea is flaring up.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm so excited to be here. Took a minute to get it all organized, but I'm so thrilled to be here.
We're thrilled to have you. You were actually recommended from season 1 by Dr. Doris Day.
Yeah.
And then speaking backstage with Dr. Sandra Lee, aka Dr. Pimple Popper, she mentioned you as well. So it was bound to happen. We're so happy to have you.
So excited. Thank you. Thank you.
Should we get right into the nitty-gritty?
If you want, I'm ready.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow, I think my rosacea is acting up now. Let's go right back to the beginning. Day 0, you enter this world. You take your first breath, and your parents name you, full name, and does it mean anything?
It's Anna Marquis Demerjian. So Anna was shortened. It was supposed to be Anahid. So I'm half Armenian. My dad, I always say I'm half Armenian, like Cher and Kim Kardashian, and that's true. I like to make those parallels. But yeah, my dad wanted to name me after, it's an Armenian goddess, the goddess of love, actually. Her name is Anahid, but he tried to Americanize it by calling me Anna.
So you are Dr. Beauty, the goddess of love. Like this just keeps getting better. You know, no one's ever going to want to be on our show after this interview. They're going to be like, how do we top that? I'm George. I sound like a farmer compared to
I have that last name. It sounds Greek.
It is. I'm Greek.
Right?
Greek.
Yeah.
And I know that all my Armenian friends are going to be fist bumping that, you know, we got such a gorgeous Armenian, half Armenian on the show. They're going to be like, yes.
They'll be very proud.
Where were you born?
I was born in Phoenix, Arizona, but I only stayed there for a couple months. So small childhood was in Louisiana, and then I moved to California.
Amazing. And do you have siblings, or were you an only child?
I have one older brother.
Is he in the medical field as well?
No, he's more into sales.
And who was mom and dad's favorite growing up? Yourself?
Well, I thought about this. Let me think. So my brother was probably the favorite, the one that was seen to have the most potential, but I was the most well-behaved. Believe it or not.
And as adults, has that changed at all? Is he still the favorite? Or are you still the most well-behaved?
No, I'm not as well-behaved.
I was going to call you out on that if you said yes. I follow you on social media. I was like,
and as far as favorite, I'm not sure about that. Honestly, I don't think that we have favorites. I'm not sure. But for sure, I came out of my shell.
That's amazing.
So as a family, was there anything you particularly liked to do during the weekends that sort of brought you all together that you remember today?
Well, we did a lot of work. Like my whole hallmark of my personality is I'm always working. And I think my dad raised us to work all the time. So we did a lot of projects in the backyard, and we did, we had like a little orchard. We picked figs and packed them. So we kind of, our activities were productive, work oriented. I'm kind of like that now. I almost can't relax. I'm always trying to accomplish something. So it's hard for me to just lay around and watch TV or do something that isn't going to produce some sort of result.
Very productive.
It's true.
So birthdays, is there a particular birthday you remember, or what's the first birthday you remember from your childhood?
Well, we didn't have birthdays, so I had a very strict upbringing. And so I literally cannot recall a single birthday party of my entire childhood. I'm not saying that to make you cry. I'm just saying that's the truth. And my first birthday party was when I was 24, and I was a medical student. And I told my friend Lisa, if you're listening to this, I love you. She was a resident with me, and she said, 26 maybe. And she said, you've never had a birthday party? We're going to Houston's. And she got me my very first cake and my very first birthday party. So,
wow.
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
November 19th.
We're going to come down to California if COVID goes away, and I'm going to give you a Chuck E. Cheese children's birthday party.
That's what I want to do. That's why I'm so immature. I'm going to revert back to my
Jumpy Castle and everything. You're going to jump in the ball pit.
That's going to be so much fun. As long as there's no viruses around, we'll do it.
Yeah, and you know what? I can vouch for George. He's the best when it comes to organizing kids' birthday parties.
Oh, really?
All my daughter wanted was a unicorn birthday party this year, and because of COVID, we had to stick to our bubble. And because George and I work together, he's part of our bubble. He planned a unicorn birthday for my daughter,
Really?
and it had everything,
Gosh,
unicorn
I would love to
cakes.
hear that.
Oh, everything. It was unbelievable.
We'll show you a picture. We'll show you a picture.
Yeah, we will. So your parents, what's the one thing that you remember that they taught you growing up?
You know, a lot of times the subject came back to discipline and hard work. And actually, I rejected that idea when I was young, but as I've gotten older, people ask me all the time, like, how does your skin look so good? How do you stay fit? How do you do this? How do you do that? How do you raise 2 kids? And then also have a practice. And well, at some level, discipline is involved, right? You're going to have to get up, do your skincare regimen, get to the gym and do your exercises. I mean, you're going to have to do a bunch of stuff, and it doesn't sound fun, but it's a lesson that I learned, and now I hear myself saying it and repeating it. Like, if you can't control yourself, somebody else will control you, you know, stuff like that. And so, yeah, so that was the big lesson, was to have discipline growing up.
I like that. Tell me, I heard you say that you came out of your shell later.
Yes.
Which looking at you now, because I only know what I see online and getting to know you today, I mean, you burst out of that shell at some point, because that was a massive coming out party. In high school, were you a popular girl, or was there a popular girl that bullied you, or where did you hang out?
I was highly unpopular, not hated, but just sort of like not the popular girl. That's for sure. I had one amazing best friend who's still my best friend, and I talk to her every single day. So since we were 7 or 8, we've been best friends. And we just palled around together, but definitely not the popular group. And bullying it was more like teasing. There was some teasing. But there was one girl that I always competed with, and she's now a rocket scientist.
Wow.
I used to compete with her more over grades, like academics and things like that. I felt like she was the one to beat. She was the one, like, academically. Now looking back on it, I realize that's kind of silly and everything. But so in case she hears this, sorry, Colleen.
Well, look at you now. Right?
Yeah. So, and also my brother was super smart, and every grade, I went to the small school, and every time I started class, they would ask me if I was as smart as my brother. So I felt I needed to prove myself. I needed to do better and better and better. And so I just couldn't live up to how smart he was and how fast he would learn. But then once I got into medical school, I suddenly felt, oh, I got into med school, so I proved myself, so I can let some of my personality show through a little bit, you know. And then still in the first few years of practice, I would bust out the big words and try to, like, make sure people took me seriously, because they would be like, are you old enough to be a doctor, you know? And so after being in practice for maybe 6 or 7 years, I had a reputation. So I didn't need to pull that posturing on people to let them know that I know what I'm talking about, because I already had a reputation for knowing what I'm doing, you know? So then I started letting my personality out a little bit.
So not to veer off topic, but I mean, you are, and I hate to say this because it comes across as chauvinistic, but I truly mean it. You're a ridiculously beautiful woman.
Thank you.
You find that has made your career path harder because you've always had a little more to prove? Like, were you always looked at, oh, she's just beautiful, she can't be that smart? Did that drive you to get going?
For sure. That's why I was more serious before. For so many years, I had to be more serious, use the nomenclature, and you know, and all that. And also, in some ways, it was silly. I felt it was an insult if somebody said, are you old enough to be a doctor? It was sort of a compliment looking back at it. Geez, I mean, you know, some of it's just being sensitive and maybe a little insecure, you know, and then you get your confidence going and you're like, you know what, this is what I am. This is how I am. Take me as I am. And that's a beautiful thing. Like, it's a liberating thing. And so some of those things that I do, like dance challenges, or I do Instagram funny things or whatever, is me just letting my real personality come out that years ago would have been something I would have been really careful about. So
Amazing. Well, now you segued to it, so I've got some TikTok videos. I've seen some of the dance moves, and I was on TikTok the other day saying that I'm getting too old because I've never seen so many flexible people on TikTok. We're going to talk about what dance challenge they're doing. There's a recent one that everyone's doing where it ends in the splits, and I'm like, how are so many people doing the splits? Anyhow, that's my rant. But I'm
wondering which videos you got. What did you get?
Do you do this? Can you do the splits?
No, but I can do. I'm very flexible. I can do all kinds of yoga moves and stuff. I'm a yogi.
Oh, there you go. That's why. That's why.
Send me one of those pretzel photos of mine or something.
Well, you got some rhythm. Let's go watch your TikTok. I think on TikTok it's Anna Guanche MD. Am I right?
Yes, Anna Guanche MD. Perfect. Is my TikTok, but it's also my Instagram.
All right, let's go see those videos, and we'll be right back to chat about them.
I get it wide, I get the party lit outside. Left hand first, put your right hand on top. Left hand first, now put your right hand on top. Throw it up.
So you bag pimp, I'm a savage. Classy, bougie, ratchet. Sassy, moody, nasty. Acting stupid, what's happening? What's happening? I'm a savage.
Picture perfect, you don't need no filter. Gorgeous, make them drop dead, you a killer. Shower you with all my attention. Yeah, these are my only intentions.
I'ma show you how to get it. It go right foot up, left foot slide. Left foot up, right foot slide. Basically, I'm saying either way, we bout to slide. Hey, can't let this one slide.
Now left foot, right foot, now left foot, right foot, now left foot, right foot, now left foot. One hand, two hands, hit your rollie, do your dance, Now lean with it, rock with it, lean with it, rock with it.
All right. First off, I'm going to tell you that Justin Bieber's Canadian, and we're Canadian, so hey.
I love that song, Picture Perfect, you don't need no filter, but I always
tell me about TikTok. This is amazing. You got moves.
I love it. It's just so much fun. One of my workout things that I like to do besides yoga is to do hip hop classes. So for years I've been doing hip hop, and then I used to video like little sections of my hip hop class and post it on Instagram. And then, or at least on my stories. And then I got told I can't video people in class without permission. Yeah. So then I started doing TikTok videos, especially since I can't go to class right now. So I've always loved hip hop and I've loved to dance. So that's my little.
Well, fun. You're a good dancer. you got moves. I got to get my dancing videos up on TikTok. You're
I want to see.
But
I want to be on Dancing with the Stars one day.
Oh my God, can I be your dance partner?
Yes.
I can salsa till sunrise.
Oh my God, let's do it.
Right? And I want to learn Argentinian tango.
Okay, perfect. I can do that. I already know some of that stuff.
Boom. We're in. We're going to win.
I'll be your team. We're going to win. We're going to win.
It will. I mean, it'll be Dancing with the Stars, Celebrity Edition, the host from Skinterviews.
That's right.
Dermatologist Anna Guanche. We're going to own it. Best skin on the show, too. Like, wow.
Best skin on the show. That's right.
Absolutely.
Important, very important.
Tell me an embarrassing story that no one knows about.
This wasn't on the questionnaire.
We always sneak a few in there just to keep on your toes.
You're allowed to pass.
We can come back.
You're allowed to pass.
I'm trying to think what was embarrassing. Oh. I have a really good one. I was going out with this guy when I was like in college, and I used to write poems. I actually originally wanted to be a writer. I wrote poems and I wrote short stories. And I used to write poems for him. And then I got lazy and I copied some of the words from The Cure.
What a band, though.
And I wrote him into the poem, and he was floored by this poem. Like, he was floored, and I felt horribly guilty. But then, like a month or two later,
I love you.
that I heard this song. Oh my God, I could have died. Like, I literally could have dug a hole and gone into it because I didn't think he listened to The Cure. He was not like the kind that would listen to that kind of band. Oh my God. Well, I've never done anything like that since, people. I learned my lesson.
Oh.
Wow. And I don't blush. I was
Oh my God.
sweaty.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so bad. He wrote me that poem. It meant so much to me. Out of the work. That was really embarrassing.
I'm done my questions there for now. I'm gonna make it take over because I don't think I can ask anything that'll top that right now.
No, I don't think you can.
And I appreciate poetry. I'm a published poet in a form.
you
We can talk about that another time. But yeah,
I would love
that's
to.
a good story.
Yeah. So let's talk about home life, and I'm going to get straight into it. I'm not going to beat around the bush.
Okay.
Who wears the pants at home?
At home. So my husband's an orthopedic surgeon, and he is pretty much in control of most things. But I would say honestly that we have categories, like things having to do with certain subjects are mine and other subjects are his, and we kind of have a few things we butt heads over. Like when we go on vacation, like the second day, we're like, we need a little feather ruffling, like. But he always wins, and I guess that's how it has to be. Because what if he doesn't win? Then what's going to happen? I'll get bored. You know what I mean?
True. Who does the driving when you go on holidays?
Oh, he drives.
He drives.
Oh, he's Cuban. Let me summarize.
Oh, totally.
So what's one thing that you do that you think annoys the hell out of your husband?
Oh, I'm always late. Drives him insane. He's always on time, and that drives me insane. He's always early. He's always ready early, waiting, and I'm always late because I'm putting extra makeup on. Somehow I never time it right, and somehow he's always sitting there waiting for a long time for me. So yeah.
Okay, now I want to flip.
It's been a lot of years, and we haven't been able to figure that out. That's every day. That's just regular life for us.
Hey, I want to flip the question now. What's the one thing he does that gets on your nerves a little bit?
He's early to everything. He puts pressure on me. I feel pressured. No, what does he do? No, that's probably it. I would honestly say now that I think about it, that's the main thing we argue.
That's a good thing.
Early. He wants to be at the party first. He wants to be like there before the party. People have set up the party. And I'm like, we can't do that, you know. But he's like always on time, which I appreciate as a concept. But yeah. So when I'm trying to get ready and look pretty, and someone's like, hurry up! That's the big thing, you know.
Who's the bigger partier out of the two of you?
Me? 100,000%.
So I guess you're first on the dance floor then out of the two of you.
I'm the first one on the dance floor and the last one off the dance floor.
Yes.
I literally will dance till I'm drenched in sweat. And then they'll turn the lights on and it's 4 a.m. I'm like, it's 4 a.m. I didn't even realize.
So was it love at first sight with your husband, or did you guys grow on each other, or did he grow on you? Or vice versa?
felt like a rock, like that. I saw his profile. He has a big nose. I love big noses. And I saw him from the side and I said, who is that? And I fell for him like crazy. The girl always picks, no, don't you think? That's my opinion.
The girl always picks?
The boy could pick in your case, George. Sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant that was very insensitive of me, but you know what I mean. Okay, so bottom line is I felt like it was me. So.
Okay, cool. So did you make the first move then?
Yeah. 100%. He was like the kind that like, guys at that time when I was, in my 20s or whatever, I was 22. Can you imagine? I was just a baby, for God's sake. And guys would check me out and like hit on me. And I was in Louisiana, and people hit on you a lot in Louisiana. It seems like more of a culturally okay thing to do, which is totally fine with me. Don't get me wrong. I like being hit on, but not too much. But I liked the compliment of it, but obviously those weren't the guys that I liked. So he was the kind that never let on that he thought I was pretty. He didn't like, he just kind of like played it low key. And so of course that's the one that drove me insane. But also like the minute I looked at him, I knew he was the one.
He's a smooth criminal then.
He is.
He's
And
a
he
smooth
said,
boy.
I noticed you right away, but I just didn't want to say anything because, I don't know. He's got his little subtle chess game type way of living life. And me, I'm all out here. Like, he's all calculating with his little pencil, like, how is he going to do things? What's he going to say? What time? When's he going to say? And I'm over here like, I'm here. That's what I want.
I think we got to get him on Skinterviews. I think he's gonna.
He might have a totally different story. Watch. Get him on. That's the other thing. Is like you ask me what happened, I ask him what happened. No, but for sure that stuff is true.
We might have to do that. We're thinking about doing a power couples session, and we might have to get the two of you on for that.
Yeah, and then as long as you don't bust into a fight, although that can make for good entertainment.
I gotta say though, you were on time for today's interview.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the irony. I'm on time for TV performances and lecture I have to give. Like if it's a public thing, I'm on time. So that proves that I can be on time. That proves that I could be on time.
That's probably what drives me.
I hope he doesn't watch this.
That's okay.
Can you believe that?
No, well.
We'll try our best.
Flip the interview because then you like, see, you could be on time.
So I know you're a yogi. Do you work out to music?
To music, yeah.
What?
Well, my yoga would be with a teacher or now I do online yoga, but and there'll be like more meditative music, believe it or not. And then for when I do hip hop, I listen to hip hop.
So what's your go-to right now? Your one song that you're like, the minute I hear this, I'm like,
Well, most recently I reheard Dip It Low by Christina Milian, which is an old song. Dip it low, pick it up. That one.
Watching it. Yep. Good
Roll around. Like
yeah.
And actually, she reposted me washing my hands to that song. And apparently she's local to my practice. So
no way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we should get her to come in.
Christina Milian, yeah.
She could sing it, dip it low when you're doing a little injection here and there,
Yeah.
That's so fun.
That'd be a good TikTok.
And then most recently, I practiced the song spoof that I'm doing with Cardi B's song called Bodak Yellow. So I kind of rewrote some of the words to fit dermatology. Like,
we gotta hear it. We gotta hear it.
If you wanted to. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. It's Guanche lift. You can't get saggy if you wanted to. This is expensive. This is PRP. This is bloody juice. In clinic, you can get them both. You don't want to choose. And I'm quick to cut a cancer off, so go get comfortable. Look, I don't dance now. I make money move.
Oh!
I don't gotta dance. I make you look good.
Wow. Wow.
Ah.
I don't gotta dance. I make you look good. I'm singing that all
If
day.
you on fleek, that means I won't mess with you. I'm a doc, you a patient, babe. I'll take care of you.
In love. All right. Well, I know that you're super talented, so this is going to be a hard one because who's going to be able to top it and really portray you correctly? But someone does a movie about your life. Who are you going to pick to play Anna Guanche?
Well, I love Julia Roberts, and I love Julia Roberts, and I love Sandra Bullock.
Wow.
Brunettes. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, they would be perfect. Both of them would be
I
perfect.
love them both. Who do people tell you look like? Because I'm sure you get that all the time.
Oh, when I was younger, I had a spiral perm. My hair was so big, all curly, and everyone said, "You look like that girl from Mystic Pizza." And it was Julia Roberts. And like, literally, I was watching Sandra Bullock's what's that Bird Box movie? I was in line and people stopped me to get an autograph, and I said, "Oh no." But so I guess it's changed over time. And then once in a while, I'll get who's that beautiful? She's pretty, way younger. She's a singer. Not Dua Lipa, no. I can't remember. Anyway, there's one other person I get. Like people think I'm someone else, you know.
Cool.
So let's talk a little bit of work now. I hate to get into it, but we should talk a little bit of work. What makes our industry so great, in your opinion?
Well, the thing I love about our industry is I am never, never, never bored. I am always excited about something new coming up. It's an industry that has a lot of, you know, for being crass, it has money behind it. And so when there's a possibility of profit, there's a lot of innovation, new devices, new injectables, and treatment modalities. So I'm always learning. Like right now, I heard there's a new cellulite injectable treatment that got approved that should be available soon. Very excited about trying that. And then incorporating PDO threads into my practice, which are, you know, thread lifting, but a different type than I've been doing, which is the InstaLift. And then there's another injectable that's like a fat stimulator, Renuva. Have you guys heard of that?
Yep.
And so that, you know, I mean, there's things like add here, take away here, do this, do that, but with injectables, and I'm all about injectables. So it's exciting to me. And then, of course, we have M-Sculpt, Cool-Sculpt, all these things that just make people's lives better. And it seems like every time I turn around, there's like a new technology to learn about. Never bored, never bored.
Yeah, I love that. I agree with you as well. So normally we ask a question about our guest's favorite procedures to perform, but I'm going to twist this because I want to find out something about yours. Can you tell me more about the Guanche lift and the Bella FX?
Well, perfect. Guanche lift is a filler facelift that I invented. I actually went for a consultation to get a facelift because I was doing more of things like this and more Instagram and all that, and it was kind of scary, the whole thing. And I'm driving to work one morning and it just hit me like, why are we only revolumizing the face and not off face? So I actually originally thought, why don't I try injecting saline, like I do experiments on myself. I'm like a mad scientist, on the crown of the head to lift the whole, you know, skin up and back. It didn't work because it was too far away from my, you know, where I needed to lift. And after a little bit of trial and error, of course, I'm the very first person to get a Guanche lift. I did filler in the areas where facelift incisions hide. So above, behind the hairline, above the ear, and above the ear and behind the ear. So basically that redrapes the skin upward and backward. And now it's evolving to do a lateral brow lift with it and no downtime. And I've had people walk the red carpet immediately afterward, and no threads in your face, nothing like that, and no bruising on the face. So it's amazing how happy people are when they get the procedure done.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. Now, so tell us, what's something that you're thinking up new in your clinic now? What's the next thing, the next innovative thing that you're maybe ready to release, or you're experimenting with at the moment? We
are literally about to release Miracle Cream, which is a spot treatment for pimples and breakouts. It's going to be great for maskne. It's actually in its final stages. It's going to be an OTC drug, so it's actually not just a cream, but a pimple cream that's like recognized by the FDA as having strong active ingredients. So that I want everybody to have that on their shelf. That's going to be Miracle Cream is everywhere. So it's coined the pimple cream, so spot treating pimples and stuff like that. And then the other thing I'm kind of innovating procedure-wise, we're always thinking about stuff we want to do. Like we can never really settle down, we being me, but my whole team's like that, so it's awesome, is the thing that I've been calling bell bows, which is like combining some injectables and some radio frequency to rejuvenate the weenus, which is that yucky, wrinkly part of people's elbows. I know it doesn't sound like anything, and you guys were probably like, what's that? But it's amazing how upsetting it is to some people, those crinkly elbows. So
We totally
I
understand.
want to try to innovate something that fixes that.
We totally understand. We used to work for a skincare company, and we had a body product that helped
The
in
weenus.
those areas and around the knees and the elbows for ladies. It's a huge problem for a lot of ladies. Yeah.
Did you know that's what it was called? I just recently found that out.
I've always called it the chicken skin of the elbows.
Yeah.
The weed. Now I know. Now I know. Now I know. It's funny you talk about the guanche lift because for the longest time I've got quite a bit of asymmetry, and I was always asking if you can fill along the hairline here to lift that side up. And there's really not that many people that I know in. So I hope everyone's listening right now, and that you should go see Anna Guanche and get trained, because in Ontario, at least where we're from in Canada, I think there's only one doctor that does what's called a Barbie lift, which is of course off label, but they do right in the top of the head there, a lot of bulbous shots that pulls laterally, and then she expanded to other areas as well. So very interesting.
So when we do PRP, we inject the scalp and we are trying to induce hair growth, and people notice it, like their brow lifted because there's like volume under their skin. So it's a good concept, you see. And there's no reason why we shouldn't revolumize your scalp. Your whole face loses volume, and we started with like nasolabial folds, and then we started doing cheeks, and then we started doing chin, then we started doing nose reshaping and all that. This is like a natural extension, is that we need to revolumize the head and kind of, lift back. But I'm wondering, how far can you go with it? Because like at some point, if you don't take care of your skin, there's just intrinsic laxity. So at some point, not to say you'll never need surgery or that I'm totally against surgery or anything like that.
It's a 360-degree approach, right? You need a little bit of everything. You got to do a little in clinic, a lot at home, a little bit injectables, a little bit technology, and then you're buying time, really. That's what it is, right? You're trying to do preventative rather than correction. So I think that if we constantly focus on the preventative, I think everyone's in a win-win situation. And the good thing is there's a lot of professionals now out there on social media like yourself, like some of the many greats we've had on the show, that are educating people on the preventative methods that are available.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that. Oops, my phone's ringing. And I think that, in other words, the whole thing goes together.
Yes.
The skincare, the proper diet, exercise, and then supplements. I love supplements. I take like 35 a day. I don't know if you guys can hear me well. But supplements and all that. And then also some procedures. And, my friend would tell me, my bestie, I've had my bestie forever, and she'll say, oh, I'm just going to go tan because I know you could just laser everything off later for me. And I try to tell her, oh, well, that's not how it works. Like, I can laser things off, but you're not going to look the same as a completely, protected skin that looks great. You know what I mean? I can make it better, but sometimes the damage in the first place is better,
Absolutely. Tell me, I know, and Nathan was telling me about this before the show. You released a book?
Yeah.
Tell me about, I was going to ask you the last book you read, but I want to know about your book.
My book is called 7 Days to Sexy, and it's a guide. Yeah, 7 days, that's all it takes.
That's it?
Everybody's sexy. That's how you got here. You just need to channel your inner sexy and then do a few things to make yourself look your absolute best. And so the deal about it is that I did it for alliteration, like 7 Days to Sexy, but there's also 7 weeks and 7 months that talks about some longer term procedures, mind-body connection, supplements, hormone replacement, exercise, all that stuff. And then also, procedures. But in 7 days, if you want to look your absolute best for an event, what do I see my celebrities doing, my celebrity clients doing to look their best? And some of these, if you live in LA, you probably are like, oh, I already knew about this, this, and this. But for people across the country, they might be like, wow, they tape up their legs so their knees won't look wrinkly. Oh, wow, they put whole body makeup on, and there's different kinds. And so I've picked out my favorite brands and my favorite of everything that I've seen work. I've kind of picked the brains of all my most beautiful model and actress patients and put that all together in this book.
And this is where you get to shamelessly plug it. Where do we buy your book?
Yes, you can get it on Amazon. Buy my book, 7 Days to Sexy. The part that I really like about it, I don't talk about as much because people just want to get down to the answers of what they should do. But the first 3 chapters talk about what makes you sexy. And it has a lot of science, behavioral science, human sexuality science, a lot of studies as to what is universally sexy. Now, obviously, a lot of different things can be sexy, right? But there are some things like clear, smooth skin, a shiny, healthy looking hair, no matter what the length, things like that are always sexy. And then it talks about sexy scents. Like there's been studies that show that men, for example,
vanilla
are not necessarily attracted to floral scents. And we're spraying floral scents on us all the time. But if you put vanilla or baking scents, they're drawn to you like a bee to honey. Well, if you know these things, you can just really kill them.
Yeah. I'm dead now. I can smell you through the screen. You got that on today there, huh?
It's just the little like things that make you more irresistible, and then also confidence is a big thing. So we talk about a little bit about pre-gaming and how to get your confidence up before you go out to an event and get your mind, clicked in before you go. Not with drinking, but mindset,
So you see a lot of people that want to get that confidence, that want to be sexy, that walk into your clinic and they're like, do your magic. Mm-hmm. What's your one favorite thing to, whether it's a condition to treat or something that gives you the most impact, where you see people are like, oh my God, I love you. You've changed my life. That's a hard one because I know you do a lot.
That's a hard one. Yeah. For being sexy, lips, but for being an overall reaction would be nose reshaping with filler. Because people will literally cry. Like they look in the mirror and they'll be like, oh my God, and tears will come to their eyes. So I think that's more life-changing than for that person than lips. But lips really bring out that, like, make people feel really confident and sexy.
Is there one service that you do that maybe is like something you fear doing, or there's a situation with a patient you've been in that was scary where you're like, oh, do I do this? Do I not? Until you knew enough? Were you ever afraid of any of the innovation?
Oh, I was always afraid. And that when I first started doing anything, my heart would be pounding in my chest, or I won't sleep at night, or, I'm not one of those people that just does everything without any concern for the patient. And, but I know I want to do it more badly than I'm afraid of it, And so like when I first started doing filler, I read about vessel occlusion, read about all the possible risks and everything. I would hear my heart beating in my ears like this. I would put one little drop in and take it out, then not sleep all night, and then so like you have to, that's what I tell my, my babies, like the ones that want to be doctors or want to be injectors, that, you gotta, if this is something you want badly enough, you just be really careful, know the anatomy, and just start with baby steps until you get that confidence going. But yeah, I used to be really scared. And still, if I try something new, I get nervous about it, But like last night, I didn't sleep. No, I'm just
Why? What'd you try new? What'd you try that was new and you didn't sleep?
I did a nose reshaping. And sometimes that makes me a little bit nervous. But before I did nose reshaping, I used to do blephs, like eyelid surgery. And all those patients are still my patients. They got beautiful results. And I just decided, you know what? I would sometimes not sleep the whole night. Like, I don't care how much you pay me. I'm a little bit out of my league, and I'll let Dr. Groth, who's a genius at eyelid surgery, and I just refer to him. And people will say, like, please do my eyelids. I want you to do it because I know you and I trust you. I don't want to do it anymore. So there are some things that you just decide they're not in your scope, and the disadvantage outweighs the benefit. And I didn't give up on them right away. It was after a couple of years of doing it that I realized that it's not going away. The anxiety is not going away.
Yeah.
Maybe this isn't my thing,
Before I pass you on to Nathan, I want to say how important that is for anyone that's listening, because a lot of time people are not going to very well-trained professionals. It's amazing to me to hear somebody of your level of expertise that has no problem handing off business or money, which sometimes we're looked at, this industry is all about the sale, and it's not, but handing that business off to another expert. So it's important that when you go to someone that's at your level, they'll be able to tell you, yes, I can do it, or no, I can't do it. And I have this education and this training. And even you, that it makes you, it makes you lose sleep sometimes because you want to make sure everything's okay and you care about your patients. I love that.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like we can collaborate, refer to people that are really good at or love another procedure that you're not the person for, and collect all the people that you're the person for and really nail that, do it the best you can. And then, that just makes everything better for everyone, the patients, the doctors, everybody.
Absolutely.
So speaking a little bit about anxiety and collaboration, we've been hit by this crazy virus, COVID, and I think it's reared the head of a lot of it's impacted mental health across the world. And my first question to you is, have you been impacted by mental health in your past yourself or a loved one in the past?
I really am lucky in that sense, but I will say that you probably gathered I had a pretty horrible childhood.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
So when this started happening with COVID and I'm sitting there, I did feel like I'm, that guy on the Titanic, the captain of the ship who's just standing at the wheel going down. Like that was how I felt. But I went to work every day, even though we had to cancel hundreds of patients. We had to only see suture removals, only do stuff. I felt like, here I am at the helm of this. What's going to happen? I don't know when it's going to go away. I don't know whether I'm going to get it. I'm going to die. Somebody, I don't know, all this anxiety. But somehow I was really strong during that time because I can handle a lot, And so I thought, I've been through worse. I can handle this. Da, da, da. And then it was when things started to get better that I realized I am exhausted. Like I might have seen less patients, but I am exhausted from secretly, probably inside. I was like anxious. I mean, not secretly, but like I wasn't showing it. And so it like caught up with me and I felt a little overwhelmed, but not till I knew we were okay. Like, so it's kind of interesting that way.
Yeah. So tell me, resident Dr. Anna Guanche meets Dr. Anna Guanche today. What would you tell resident doctor?
Oh, I would tell her, relax. Everything's going to be okay. Focus on your inner strength and confidence and be brave. Don't be a chicken. Don't be constantly scared of everything. Just go. And, even though it would appear to other people, like if you talk to my people that were in residency with me, they would say, I never noticed that you had any issues. You seem so outgoing. Inside, I didn't have that feeling of confidence that I do now. I didn't have that solid feeling of comfortably wanting things and not feeling bad for that or feeling like, why do you deserve that? Or why should you be the one or whatever? It was always second guessing, all this stuff going on, a lot of waste of energy. And so I would say, calm down. You're fine. You deserve it. Like, I always felt undeserving. And now I feel like, hell, bring it. I can handle everything.
I love that.
I'm obnoxious now, but I'm a lot happier.
Oh,
you are
so fun.
You are so fun, and I can't wait to get out to California so that we can go salsa dancing. I will.
You will.
I'm gonna get an Anna Guanche lift, and I'm gonna get some micro gold Guanche facial there, the one that you do, and then we're gonna go salsa dancing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be the best part for me.
Absolutely. All right, we're getting to the part of the interview where we do our quick fire questions.
Okay, I'm ready.
I want you to answer the first thing that pops into your mind without putting too much thought into it. You are allowed one pass.
Okay, one pass. Okay.
Here we go. What's your favorite thing in your closet right now?
My Roberto Cavalli dress.
Ooh, what color is it?
Black. It has cutouts on the side.
Oh,
very nice.
Wow.
We want a picture.
Yeah, we need a picture of that.
Here on my Instagram with a wine glass with that dress.
I'm going to find it, and I'm going to put it in the show. Dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Dark.
What's your guilty food pleasure?
Chocolate.
Sour candies or ice cream?
Ice cream.
If you could be from any other decade or era, which would it be?
The 20s. The roaring 20s.
Yes.
No question.
Your house is on fire. What two things do you run back in and get besides your husband and Nuggie?
My phone. And what else? Other than Nuggie. Well, Nuggie, my phone.
I love it. iPhone or Android?
Oh, maybe my laptop.
iPhone or Android?
It's an iPhone.
Any tattoos?
Nope.
If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Flying. I would love to fly.
Are you a texter or a talker?
Texter.
And you can either speak every language in the world, or you can communicate with Nuggy, your dog.
But I already communicate with Nuggy.
But I mean, you'll be able to have full-blown conversations with Nuggy.
This is really hard.
Don't forget your loud one pass.
I'll speak all the languages in the world.
Okay. Your ultimate best friend would be Beyonce or Rihanna?
God, I love both of them. That's really hard to pick. Okay, Beyonce.
Okay. Weights or cardio?
Cardio.
Intimacy or chocolate?
Intimacy.
You're going to a fashion event of the year. This one might be easy. Which designer is dressing you?
Cavalli.
And your favorite or your dream vacation spot that you haven't been to?
Oh, Laucala. I already know.
Where's that?
Yeah, where is that?
Laucala. It's in Fiji. It's one of the islands.
Oh,
You got to look it up. It's
I wrote it down.
unbelievable. Some people call it Red Bull Island, and it has those see-through swimming pools.
Oh.
I've been to Fiji, but I don't think I've been there.
Have you been there?
I've been to Fiji, but not there.
Oh.
You get to have dinner with God and ask one question. What's the question?
Why do we have periods? Blood. Why?
And last but not least, Nathan or me?
Well, can I get both?
All right.
I would like to go. I would like to. Well, I'm not going to say anything.
Oh my gosh, you are amazing. I'm gonna, before I hand you off to Nathan to talk about the last couple of things of the show, I know that you are involved in a ton of charity work as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to tell us about some of the stuff that you're doing, because I think it's important to also highlight how much you give back.
Well, for Melanoma Research Foundation, we usually sponsor the 5K. We didn't have it this year, but we sponsor the run. And sometimes I do the speaking, for that. I always support Dermatology Foundation. They do research for different skin diseases, even orphan diseases that are ones that are not, on the news all the time, but we need cures for. American Red Cross, and I'm trying to think. There's so many. I would say I always give back to education. So both my kids' schools always get a donation every year. And I'm trying to think of what else. Did they give you a list?
I do. I have some. I have American Society of Dermatologic Surgery, Denim and Diamonds, Golden Cowgirl.
Yeah, so that's Autism Today. So I was the Golden Cowgirl. So we donate to do more research and support for people who have children with autism. So in our community, I try to stay active by giving back in different ways, or speaking, or that kind of thing.
I want to say a massive thank you for being here. And I was gonna try to think, what do I want to say when I say thank you to you, because you're obviously a lot of fun. You've got a larger than life personality. Like I said, you burst out like a volcano out of that shell whenever it happened. But the reason I'm saying thank you so sincerely is you are not joking that you are always on the go. Busy. You're always developing. You're always working. You're giving back to your community. You're giving back in so many ways. And you still manage to do it all and have this energy and this smile and to radiate kindness and beauty and intellect. And it's a massive thank you for being here, for two little guys from Canada. I really, really thank you. And I can't wait to one day get out to California when we're in a new normal of whatever that'll be. And I will look you up and I will get a Guanche lift.
I would love to do that.
If we keep going with Skinterviews, I mean, I've got you doing a Guanche lift. I got another one doing HD lipo. I've got a nose over here. I've got ears over there. I'm just going to, I'm going to look like you. And that ain't a bad thing. That ain't a bad thing.
Thank you. You guys are so good to me. This was so much fun. I really enjoyed it.
I've got questions too. That was just me saying thank you. Now you got Nathan.
Yeah, I've got two questions. I've got two
I'm
questions.
listening.
But sorry, I've got two questions. But before that, I'd like to say a huge thank you as well. George said it all, but it's just so amazing to get someone like you on the show. Such a larger than life personality. And the next question, I think a lot of viewers are going to take notes about, because you have the most amazing skin. So tell us your skincare routine.
So my skincare routine, well, remember I told you about discipline? You always have to wash all your makeup off every night,
Yep.
right? I use Restore C serum every night. And then I put on Retin-A. Retin-A is a must. Everybody should be on that vitamin A derivative. And then I do a little gua sha under my eyes, and I use, believe it or not, Rock Retinol Correction Eye Cream. And then I do a lip balm moisturizer. And in the morning, every day, wash my face. I do peel pads, like 2% peel pads by Zoe to exfoliate my skin. And then I use SPF. And nowadays, I mix Color Science Glow with Isdin, with Elta, all three, and I put it on my face, neck, and chest. So don't forget to use sunscreen on your chest and neck and hands.
Amazing.
I love that. So for all you viewers out there, if you want to look like Dr. Anna Guanche.
Who's Donna?
Or sorry.
Who's Donna? No, hold on a second.
Excuse me.
I don't even know why I said that.
Who's Donna?
I'm going to blush again.
It's rosacea, dear. It's rosacea.
Yeah, it's rosacea.
Regimen backstage.
Can people buy your skincare online at bellaskininstitute.com? Do you have an e-commerce?
So we have an online store called bellaSkinStore.com. So you can buy all the products. Pretty much all the products I recommend are available there. If it's a prescription strength, you can do a telemedicine visit. So you go to bellaskininstitute.com and then you start an online visit. So once you become a patient, then you can get the prescription strength stuff. And then Miracle Cream, which is my spot treatment for pimples, the pimple cream, that's coming out in 2 months. And that'll be available hopefully everywhere. So like Amazon and hopefully at a lot of stores.
Amazing.
So the last question of the night, and this is normally a big one. Who would you like to see next on the show?
Oh, you've had some of my favorites on here. You know who I love is do you have non-dermatologists?
Yeah, surgeons. Yep.
What about okay, I changed my mind. He is a dermatologist. Have you had Shino Bay on there?
No,
we'd love to get him.
Bay.
Yeah. Could you help?
Emmer.
Sorry?
We've had him on.
You've had him on.
Or Janine Downey.
We'd love to get them on too.
Yeah.
Oh, you said one person. Oops.
No, you can name as many as you want.
Well, let me think. Dr. Groth is an oculoplastics guy that is like a genius. He's the one I refer to. If you want someone in plastics that's really cool to talk to and really a talented, Dr. Chachi Ko. Have you heard of him?
No.
No.
Ko, his last name is. He's got a great personality too. And who else do I love? Oh, Stephanie Kappel.
We'd love to get her on, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know her really well. I could tell her she should do it.
All right. All right. Well, just for everybody that's listening, before we say goodnight to Dr. Anna Guanche and we get a message from our sponsors, I want to remind everybody that you can follow her, Bella Skin Institute, on Facebook, Anna Guanche MD on Instagram and TikTok. Get on there. Go see those moves. And of course, you can always get on LinkedIn and follow her professionally at Anna Guanche. Don't forget to visit bellaskininstitute.com or bellaskinsstore.com. And lastly, get your little fingers out there. Go get that book, because in 7 days, you too can be sexy. Stay backstage. We're going to catch up with you right when we get back. Here's a quick message from our sponsors before we say goodnight. Can we talk about that woman, please? Like, can somebody just get on our Instagram at skin.terviews or at _skin_guy, which is me, or at Nathan Strom, or on Facebook, facebook.com/skin.terviews, and somebody message me so we can open up a conversation about how larger than life that woman is. Wow. Wow. And out of all the amazing personality, out of all the smile, out of all the energy, I love the moment where she reflects back and wants to speak to a younger self. And she says, relax, believe in yourself, and everything is going to be okay. I want you to end this night or end this day whenever you're watching it, or if you're at the gym and you're listening to this, because we are now a podcast as well. Yeah, I'm plugging it in. Deal with it. But I wanted to end the interview with relax, believe in yourself, and everything is going to be okay. And every time you want something, you want to achieve something, you want to buy something, you want to do something, and you question yourself, think of what she said tonight. You deserve it. That's it. I mean, I don't know how much more I got to say than that. I want you to definitely follow us, message us, comment on the show. Let us know what you want to ask our doctors. We will ask them for you. Maybe your staff and you found out that your doctor that you work for is going to be on the show and you want us to ask a question for you, or you want to share a story that maybe they don't want to know. Yeah, something like that. You send it to us and we will find a way to get it in the show. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to take care of your skin, or what'll happen. I'll find out and I'll kick your butt. Have a good night, everyone. Take care.